passion, but a meticulously planned execution. Justice, however delayed, now finds its mark. Justice, however delayed, now finds its mark. His actions were not just a crime of passion, but a meticulously planned execution. His actions were not just a crime of passion, but a meticulously planned execution. Justice, however delayed, now finds its mark. Justice, however delayed, now finds its mark. His actions were not just a crime of passion, but a meticulously planned execution. His actions were not just a crime of passion, but a meticulously planned execution. Justice, however delayed, now finds its mark. Justice, however delayed, now finds its mark.
Yo, what it do, what it do, what it do. Welcome to B-Rhy Express. I'm your host, B-Rhy, and you already know what it is. Maybe you don't know what it is. This is Crimebound Chronicles, an FMV game. One of those games we haven't played in a while, but we are definitely a fan of here on the channel. So this will be the newest one. We're going to try to solve some crimes. Something I'm not very good at, according to the last Life is Strange game. But we're going to see what we can do here. Yo, what up, Baldy? Appreciate you coming through, homie. How your day going, broski? Let's just jump right into it. See what the crime is. Who are the possible culprits, the suspects, if you will, and we'll see what we can come up with. Let's do it. At work, you know the vibes? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What this be? Yeah, this is called Crimebound Chronicles.
Welcome, investigator. I'm Dr. Eleanor Vaughn, Chief Medical Examiner, and you're about to embark on a journey through evidence, logic, and deduction. 3 cases remain unsolved, and it's up to you to uncover the truth.
All right, I'm
Each
ready.
case holds secrets buried beneath lies, deceit, and pain. Choose wisely. Because every decision you make will either bring you. Every
right.
murder is like the
music is a little
tip of an iceberg.
intense.
The real story lies hidden beneath the details. Elena Marlin, a journalist's silent scream. Forrest, a witness to secrets and death. Who wanted to silence her? Thomas Blackwood, a murder in the triangle of money, power, and revenge.
They're showing us the
A banker's
victims.
death could rewrite millions in accounts. Isabella Romano, a mother's death. A dark plan executed in a silent home beside a sleeping child. Which veil do you lift?
Which veil do I lift? Alright, hold on. Can we pause? Is there a pause button? There's not a pause button. Because we need to do something about this music. There's back to the main menu, and they don't have a menu, basically. So I guess there's nothing we can do about the music. It's definitely drowning out the words, though, in my opinion. Alright, so who should we start with? We're just going to start with Elena, you know, start with the first one. Possible witnesses. Oh, these are possible witnesses? No, these are the people, yeah, these are the victims. Clearly. Alright, let's go with Elena.
The lifeless body of investigative journalist Elena
I know.
Marlin was found abandoned on a deserted forest path by morning joggers at exactly 6:43. What started as a routine morning quickly turned into a horrific scene.
Okay.
Initial crime scene analysis reveals that the victim suffered multiple stab wounds. There are obvious drag marks in the forest soil and signs that the body was moved after the autopsy. The victim's press credentials indicate that she worked for the European Chronicle. Strangely, her name was not found on the final investigation notes or listed at the scene, raising questions about whether key details were overlooked or deliberately erased. The coroner's estimate of the time of death put the murder at some point the previous night between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. Rain had washed away much of the trace evidence, making it difficult for investigators to identify footprints.
Got it.
Officers found evidence in Elena's apartment, including her laptop containing deleted files linked to controversial real estate investigations. Phone records analysis shows multiple calls to an unlisted number in the 48 hours preceding her death. The final call lasted precisely 12 minutes and ended at 9:47 p.m., potentially her last communication before the murder.
Right.
The murder
Unlisted
weapon,
number.
a knife, was recovered from the scene stained with blood, indicating that the body had been dragged approximately 50 feet through dense forest, demonstrating not only the physical strength of the killer, but also a calculated effort to stage the crime.
Okay.
Toxicology reports have been reviewed by the police
Strong
team.
guy.
They detect only caffeine and a mild anxiety medication in Elena's system. Surveillance footage shows a dark-colored SUV entering the forest access road at 11:15 a.m. and leaving at 12:20 a.m. 3 primary suspects emerge. Marcus Reinhardt, a prominent developer, Sarah Jensen, a rival journalist, and Victor Petrov, a local.
Damn,
we
okay.
have
They
3
just
different paths
interrupt-
to
I
start
ain't
our
pressing that.
investigation, and each one could change how we understand the case. Our decision now is crucial. Now, the first option is to look into the police intelligence reports. This might help us uncover suspects, motives, or hidden patterns. The second option is to focus on the forensic evidence. A closer examination could reveal how
This
the
game
events
is
unfolded through physical
very
clues.
unpolished.
The third path is to examine the victim's
There's
recent
2
writings.
musics going on.
This might give us insight into their state of mind, relationships, or possible threats.
All right. So we got 3 suspects. Environmental activists that'll kill somebody in the woods and bury them there? I don't know. But that's the perfect excuse, I guess you could say. Alibi. Sarah, rival journalist, too typical, in my opinion. And then the developer, Marcus Reinhardt. Just off random vibes, I'm gonna go with Marcus. Like I said, I gave my ideas. 2 soundtracks at once is crazy, I know, right?
Intelligence report show Marcus Reinhardt's company was the main target of Elena's investigation. exposing practices that threatened his business.
Okay. But he wouldn't do it himself.
Financial records reveal Reinhardt's company lost 2.3 million euros after Elena's expose on illegal land deals, giving him a strong motive for silencing her.
Very
Police
strong.
surveillance documented Reinhardt entering his office at 10:30 p.m. on the night of the murder and leaving at 11:45 p.m., placing him at a critical time.
Yeah.
Partial tire tracks found in the dirt at the crime scene
office.
match those of Reinhardt's car, and the distinctive tread pattern suggests his vehicle may have left tracks near the murder scene. This discovery strengthens the link between Reinhardt and the crime, suggesting he may have been at the location. Cell tower data positions Reinhardt's phone near the woods at the estimated time of death.
Okay.
Background check reveals previous assault charges dropped under suspicious circumstances, raising further questions about Reinhardt's past and possible connections to violent behavior.
Yeah, past violent behavior possibly. Interesting. All right. Let's see what we know about Pet. I guess we can look at all of them. See about Petrov. Victor.
Enhanced blood spatter analysis indicates the assailant was right-handed and approximately 5'11" tall, -6, 1 inch tall. The precision of the wounds suggests someone with physical strength and weapons. Soil samples from the scuff marks contain traces of industrial fertilizers, unusual for the forest area, suggesting the killer may have tracked them in from another location. Fiber analysis identifies synthetic materials, consistent with high-end outdoor camping equipment. These specialized fibers suggest the perpetrator may have connections to wilderness activities or environmental. Partial fingerprints from Elena's press badge match records in the environmental activist database.
So, but the Marcus's vehicle was at the crime scene around the same time.
DNA
that doesn't mean he did it.
Organic material under Elena's fingernails reveals male chromosomal markers. This crucial evidence confirms a physical struggle occurred, and the victim managed to collect biological evidence from her attacker, offering a vital lead in identifying the perpetrator. The microscopic bits of wood in Elena's clothes match a particular type of timber used in eco-friendly construction.
Okay. That's not a lot to go off on for Victor. Yeah, sure, some of the stuff matched with, I guess, basically the type of work he does, but it's very vague. I don't believe it's Victor. Let's see what about Sarah.
Elena's notes contain repeated references to the initials, quote, S.J., quote, alongside information about a rival newspaper. The proximity of these notations suggests a professional connection that warrants deeper investigation. Draft articles discovered on Elena's devices expose her journalistic misconduct at rival publications. These unpublished works point to professional conflicts that may have led to retaliation. Email records show threatening messages sent to Elena from anonymous accounts. Linguistic analysis of these communications suggests jealousy and personal animosity from someone familiar with journalistic practices. Elena's calendar marked a meeting with Sarah J., scheduled for the night of the murder. The timing of this appointment creates a direct link between the rival journalist and Elena's final hours, raising significant questions. Voice analysis of anonymous calls to Elena matches Sarah Jensen's speech patterns.
So that's who Elena was talking to.
Establishing a strong link between the rival journalist and the threatening communications prior to the murder.
Okay, so Sarah was the lady, the person that the victim had talked to before she got killed. That's all we can really get from that. And that they are rivals and there may be a little bit of jealousy there. And maybe some threatening emails, but from somebody anonymous who possibly couldn't be her. So, you play games. What up, Jen, my friend? How you doing? Appreciate you coming through. Okay, let's continue. I'm still number one sus right now is Marcus. He has a history of being angry. She did some stuff to his business that could get him ruined. Okay. Victor, he just happens to work in the area, I guess, or have done work in the area. And Sarah, we just talked about her.
An anonymous tip gives specific details about the knife that matched the wounds, suggesting inside knowledge or possible involvement in the crime. Store records reveal multiple customers recently purchasing similar knives.
Okay.
The sales data creates a narrowed timeline and potential suspect pool, though the commonality of the weapon complicates definitive identification.
You sure they just bought a knife to stab
Analysis of the
someone?
purchase locations and payment methods could help pinpoint the buyer.
Okay. If we happen to see
CCTV footage from the store captures a buyer engaging in suspicious behavior. Their attempts to hide their identity and pay in cash suggest premeditation, indicating they were aware of potential investigation methods and tried to avoid being traced. Forensic analysis confirms the knife matches Elena's wounds, with distinctive serrations linking it to the camp store's items. The knife's sharpness and deliberate force suggest a recent purchase and intentional harm, indicating the killer's clear intent. This evidence strengthens the case against the suspect, pointing to a calculated and premeditated attack.
Okay, but we don't know who.
We've gathered critical evidence
there.
in our initial investigation.
Shopping.
Now we must pursue the most promising lead with determination. Each potential suspect represents a complex web of motivations and opportunities. Select our final investigative target. Focused investigation on Marcus Reinhardt. Follow Victor Petrov lead. Investigate Sarah Jensen.
See, why? I don't know. Why does it say focus investigation on Marcus Reinhardt? It seems so much more direct than just saying follow Victor Petrov lead and investigate Sarah Jensen. But that could be just to throw me off? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too deep into it. Hope y'all are good. We are. I definitely am. I'm all right. I can't speak for Perk or Baldy. Like I said, my focus is Marcus. But see, they making it seem too obvious. Now I'm kind of got second thoughts. In this case, Sarah Jensen. She was the last person she talked to, though. Maybe Sarah knows where he went. I think we should talk to Sarah, honestly. Of course we should focus on Marcus, but I think we should talk to Sarah.
The investigation into Sarah Jensen reveals a history of plagiarism and journalistic misconduct.
That's a fact that we know
Jensen's
Sarah was the last
laptop
one.
contains copied drafts of Marlowe's unpublished work. The stolen IP suggests both motivation and prior unauthorized access to Elena's research, and provides a link to the murdered journalist. Security footage shows Jensen threatening Marlowe on the night of the murder, undermining his alibi and placing him near Elena during the critical hours. GPS data shows Jensen visiting a wooded area matching the crime scene, creating a clear timeline that places him at Elena's murder site. Forensic analysis reveals Elena Marlowe's blood on Jensen's car bumper, providing direct evidence linking him to the murder.
Hey, okay. Well, I guess we get to do all of them, but I feel like that's pretty good damn evidence. Pretty sure that's pretty good damn evidence. Anyway, let's see what the others are.
Detailed financial investigation uncovers Reinhardt's network of fake companies for money laundering and criminal activity. A search warrant uncovers bloody clothing in Reinhardt's office safe, indicating his attempt to conceal evidence and his desperation to hide his involvement in the crime. DNA analysis confirms the blood on the hidden clothing is Elena Marlowe's, establishing a clear link between Reinhardt and the murder.
Okay, so it is
When
Elena's
confronted
clothing.
with the evidence, Reinhardt attempts to flee apprehension.
And
His
he tries
desperate
to
escape
run.
effort reflects consciousness of guilt and provides investigators with additional behavioral evidence
I
of
mean,
his
he feels
involvement
like
in the
he's
murder.
being set up. I don't know.
Electronic evidence reveals Reinhardt's detailed, premeditated plan for Elena's murder, clearly confirming
mind.
his motive, careful preparation, and execution.
Well, if he had the plans to murder someone found, I mean, should we wrap up the case? But that doesn't explain the blood on Sarah Jensen's vehicle. Now they're trying to confuse me. All right, let's see about Victor.
The police raid the eco-camp to capture Petrov, who tries to escape through hidden paths. Secret camera footage reveals that Petrov had been following the victim for a long time. The police team, tracing clues, sets out to capture Petrov and uncover the truth behind the incident. A search uncovers stolen investigation documents in Petrov's car, directly linking him to the crime. The documents
Everybody's
reveal
linked to the
sensitive
crime.
information, strengthening the case against him and pointing to his involvement in silencing the journalist. Petrov's account of his whereabouts and the night of the incident is scrutinized, revealing contradictions, leading to his arrest for further interrogation. A hidden weapon is found among Petrov's camping gear.
See, he got a gun. He don't need a
Fingerprints
knife.
and ballistic analysis provide new clues that may change the investigation.
Yeah. Okay, Victor got a gun. What he going? He would have just shot her instead of using a knife. Still not sure about it being Victor. If I didn't do it and you found bloody clothes on my property, I'm also running. Exactly, Baldy. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe he just feels like he's being set up. And he just took off running.
Dr. Heinrich Weber presents a comprehensive forensic analysis that synthesizes evidence from all lines of investigation. Multiple trace elements reveal a complex murder scenario in which intertwined variables suggest a highly calculated perpetrator. Forensic experts cross-reference physical and digital evidence using advanced analysis. Findings reveal hidden connections and potential collaborations. An integrated review of the evidence reveals multiple corroborating forensic indicators from different angles. The analysis narrows down the suspects. Now, faced with the weight of evidence, the detectives prepare to decide which of the three suspects is the murderer.
Do we have enough evidence?
The Elena Marlowe murder presents a
music.
investigative challenge.
I can't hear you, lady. The music.
Reconstruction reveals three possible perpetrators, each with compelling motivations and circumstantial evidence.
What?
Key technical observations. Right-handed assailant profile. Height 170 to 180
Okay, so he's tall.
Complex forensic trace evidence. Multiple, many possible motivational vectors. Overlapping indirect indicators. Can you see through the lies? Potential killers. Marcus Reinhardt, developer. Victor Petrov, environmental activist. Sarah Jensen, rival journalist. Guess the killer. Your choice will reveal all.
And this is all we get. That's all we get, huh? We don't get no extra news or nothing. Now just pick the suspect. This is why our system is flawed. If this is how you just pick killers out of a lineup off of that amount of evidence. So the story with Sarah suggests there was a man with her who did the killing. And everything adds up kind of like with that. I must say Sarah, there's blood also on her vehicle, let's not forget. He had plans to kill her. That doesn't mean he carried out those plans. You know what I mean? He also had her bloody clothes, which is hard to explain. So I don't know what to say there. Victor, his story is so far off that I'm just not sure. He did something wrong. I'm just sure it has nothing to do with Elena. So I'm gonna go with Sarah. What are y'all thoughts? Y'all have any assumptions right now? I'm gonna go with Sarah.
Marcus Reinhardt seemed like the perfect killer. Millions missing, a motive as clear as broken glass. But perfection in murder is rare. By the time Elena Marlowe published her revelation, the developer's world was falling apart. $2.3 million was gone, along with the investigation report, and Reinhardt's reputation was in tatters. His car matched the tire tracks at the crime scene, and cell phone tower data placed his phone uncomfortably close to the crime scene.
But he wasn't
Previous
him.
assault charges spoke of a violent past and suggested he could silence a threat. Financial ruin provided a crystal clear motivation. A journalist threatening to destroy everything he had built. Yet, something was wrong. The evidence was neatly arranged, like a staged performance. A sophisticated developer would not risk everything for such a watchable murder. The crime scene suggested a more personal, passionate murder.
He was a
Reinhardt's
professional. He had
calculated
money.
nature seemed to contradict that. There was no direct physical evidence tying him to Elena's death. The meticulously collected forensic data contained more shadows
about
than
him not being
definitive
her.
evidence. A professional like Reinhardt would have had more elaborate methods to neutralize a threat.
He had the plans.
Sometimes
He
the
just
most
couldn't do it.
obvious suspect is nothing more than an elaborate illusion.
Correct.
Forrest holds its secrets, and Elena Marlowe's real killer may be watching us right now, openly. The hunt is on, investigator.
Okay. I mean, but did I not choose Sarah? Video game? Dramatic music? Okay. Marcus would have had a hitman? Exactly. Marcus does seem mad sus. So I didn't choose Mark. Did I choose Marcus? Now I'm wondering, did I choose Marcus by mistake? Do I need to rewind the tapes? Because it's like they gave us talk about how Marcus seemed like he would have been a guy, but he wasn't. But they didn't say nothing about Sarah. Like, so I don't know if I got the right answer. Okay. Look, I don't pre-screen these games before I pick them. Well, sometimes I do. This one I didn't do much of because, you know, F&V games are just funny even when they're terrible. So, yeah. Anyway, I guess we'll move on. Thomas Blackwood, let's see what happened to him.
Dr. Heinrich Weber reviews crime scene photos showing banker Thomas Blackwood's body found in the Premier Plaza basement. Dr. Heinrich Weber reviews crime scene photographs from the Premier Plaza office complex.
But there is a green check over it, so maybe I got it right. I don't know.
Thomas Blackwood was discovered in a basement storage room. The victim was found in a prone position, showing multiple blunt force trauma to the head. Evidence suggests the attack took place in his office, and the body was later transported to the storage room.
Or whatever.
Initial examination reveals several defensive wounds to the victim's hands, indicating a desperate struggle before death. The victim's watch, which was shattered during the attack, stopped at exactly 21:42, probably due to the force of the impact.
What time is it? Speak in English.
The office shows clear signs of a violent struggle, with overturned furniture, shattered glass, and blood spatter patterns, all pointing to multiple impacts. These signs suggest the victim fought back fiercely, trying to defend himself before succumbing to repeated strikes. Building security logs show the victim's keycard was last used at 1930, marking his last known movement in the building. The security cameras on the executive floor were disabled between 21 o'clock and 22:15, creating a window of opportunity for the killer. This suggests the attacker had knowledge of the security system, making it more likely the crime was planned and deliberate. Victim's phone reveals multiple threatening messages regarding a failed investment scheme that cost clients millions. The messages, sent by several different contacts, indicate a growing sense of frustration and anger from those affected.
So he
Some of
made
the
several
messages hint at a
enemies.
personal vendetta, suggesting the victim had made powerful enemies in the business world.
Clearly.
The storage room, which usually requires separate security access, shows clear signs of tampering with the locking system.
942.
This tampering
Thank you,
suggests that
dog.
the perpetrator had specific knowledge of the security
You
protocols.
saw the frustration on my
and
face.
may have deliberately bypassed them in order to move the victim's body. It also raises questions about whether the killer had inside knowledge. Autopsy reveals death occurred between 21:30 and 22 o'clock. Several employees reported unusual behavior from the victim in the days
My
leading
watch
up to
only
his
goes
death,
up to 12.
including
I'm
heated
sorry.
arguments and signs of stress. This
22
suggests
o'clock.
potential conflicts with a colleague or business partner. 3 main suspects have been identified. Lawrence Chen, the head of a rival firm, Maria
Okay.
Delgado, a former client who lost millions of dollars, and Peter Schmidt, a recently fired security chief. Each had a motive that raised questions about their involvement in the murder. Investigators are investigating their possible connections to the crime.
As chief medical examiner, I find myself confronted with a fascinating convergence of forensic evidence. The brutality of this crime presents us with distinct investigative pathways, each offering unique insights into the perpetrator's methodology and psychology. Now, choose our primary focus. Review building security logs, technical analysis of access patterns. Examine autopsy findings, detailed forensic pathology. Investigate financial records. Follow the money trail.
Thank you, host lady. She's doing a good job at this little thing. All right, so I guess we get to choose what I guess we're gonna do all of them, right? Because that's how this game seems to work. What do we do first? Review building security logs, examine autopsy findings. I mean, the autopsy would be the first thing, right? That makes very much obvious sense. Let's do the autopsy.
Detailed autopsy reveals unique impact patterns suggesting specialized equipment.
This is the same footage from the last video, last murder.
Trace evidence includes high-end carpet fibers from the rival firm's office building, indicating Schmidt may have been at the scene before the murder occurred. The fibers, which match those found on his cloak. The bruising marks on the victim
Come on,
suggest
game.
controlled and precise force.
I need
the specific
more.
placement and
You
depth
talk.
of the bruises suggest that
Stop
the attacker
skipping.
used a well-practiced technique, likely targeting vulnerable areas of the body. DNA found under the victim's fingernails matched a profile linking to the attacker. The time of death closely matches Lawrence Chen's known training schedule. This coincidence raises questions about where he was in the critical window for the murder. Given that Chen had a disciplined routine and that the murder occurred during his regular training session, this timing suggests a possible connection. The victim's defensive wounds suggest the attacker was left-handed, as the strikes appear to come from a dominant left hand.
Attacker was left-handed. I thought they said he was right-handed at the beginning. Okay. Let's do this one again. I need more information. I need to actually listen.
Specialized equipment.
Speak English, I know, right?
Trace evidence includes high-end carpet fibers from the rival firm's office building, indicating Schmidt may have been at the scene
close to
before
the
the murder
property.
occurred. The fibers, which match those found on his cloak, the bruising marks on
It
the
just
victim
skips
suggest
automatically.
controlled and
It's
precise
crazy.
force. The specific placement and depth of the bruises suggest that the attacker used a well-practiced technique, likely targeting vulnerable areas of the body. DNA found under the victim's fingernails matched a profile linking to the attacker. The time of death closely matches Lawrence Chen's known training schedule. This coincidence raises questions about where he was in the critical window for the murder. Given that Chen had a disciplined routine and that the murder occurred during his regular training session, this timing suggests a possible connection. The victim's defensive wounds suggest the attacker was left-handed, as the strikes appear to come from a dominant left
Okay,
hand.
so the attacker was left-handed. Okay, moving on.
Security logs reveal Peter Schmidt's access card was used after his termination date, indicating unauthorized access.
Okay, so he
Camera
got
footage
fired and
shows Schmidt
still came back
arguing
to
with
work.
victim 2 days
That's
before
already
murder.
bad.
Building maintenance records indicate Schmidt knew blind spots in security system. Schmidt's personal keycard accessed multiple restricted areas night of murder.
Okay.
The security
That
office
looks
is
good.
plunged into darkness as cameras go offline. Schmidt launches a swift raid, moving with precision through the space. Evidence
Cut
shows
cameras
Schmidt
off.
tampered with backup security systems, disabling key cameras and alarm triggers.
All right, Schmidt, you fucking with job cameras and stuff that don't belong to you. That's already tampering. Not looking good for you, Schmidt.
Financial records reveal significant fund transfers to offshore accounts, pointing to potential money laundering activities. These transfers, traced back to Lawrence Chen's firm, suggest he may have been involved in illicit financial schemes. Investigators are now focusing on these irregularities as a possible motive for the murder. Maria Delgado's life savings vanished in a fraudulent investment scheme orchestrated by Thomas Blackwood. The substantial financial loss devastated her, leaving her financially ruined and emotionally shattered.
That would be reason to kill somebody.
Confronted Blackwood multiple times about her lost funds, growing increasingly desperate and angry. This financial betrayal provides a strong motive for revenge, making her a key suspect in the investigation. Evidence from Blackwood's personal files reveals he had been blackmailing multiple clients, including Maria Delgado. He used threats of exposing their financial missteps to force compliance. The discovery of these extortionate... On the night of the murder, Delgado's phone GPS data placed him near the building, raising suspicions of his involvement. Although security cameras failed to capture him directly,
because
this
they were cut
absence
off.
could mean that he didn't enter the building himself. Instead, it suggests that Delgado may have organized the crime by instructing someone else to carry out the act on his behalf.
Which could be the security guy.
Security footage confirms Delgado did not enter the building herself. Instead, a person acting on her behalf, likely an assistant, was seen entering in business attire. This raises the question, was this person following Delgado's orders or involved in the events that night?
I mean, that could
After the victim's death, threatening letters sent from Delgado's account were revealed, confirming that Delgado was directly responsible for the ominous threats.
Okay, but they're just threats. Even though they're bad, they're still just threats. But that doesn't mean she didn't send somebody to do it. Okay. Interesting.
Another piece of evidence potentially linked to the killer was the special trophy found in the victim's office.
Okay.
Trace evidence suggests the killer used the service elevator to transport the victim's body, likely to avoid detection by the main security cameras. Surveillance footage from inside the elevator shows signs of a struggle, with the victim's blood stains on the floor and walls.
So he's still alive when he was bringing him down.
Partial fingerprints recovered from the trophy base reveal a potential link to the perpetrator, suggesting they may have touched it during or after the crime. When the body was moved to the storage room, most of the drag marks in the elevator were cleaned. Could the building's janitorial staff have been involved in this?
Our initial
Whoever did it knows that building.
Compelling evidence, colleagues. The forensic narrative is taking shape, but crucial pieces remain elusive. The blood spatter patterns tell a story of rage, yet the precision of the body's relocation suggests methodical planning. Select our final investigative focus. Focus on Peter Schmidt's security access, technical expertise analysis. Investigate Lawrence Chen's connections, physical combat expertise evaluation.
Right,
Pursue
he's a good fighter.
Maria Delgado lead, financial motivation assessment.
Okay, okay. So we're gonna see what Peter was doing, cutting off cameras and whatnot. Let's see what about Peter.
The investigation reveals that Schmidt deliberately falsified his security credentials, granting himself unauthorized access to restricted areas of the building.
Right, that looks good. Why you do this,
to bypass
Peter?
Standard protocols and avoid detection, further implicating him in the premeditated nature of the crime. His actions suggest prior knowledge of the building.
Prior knowledge of the building. What I was saying.
Schmidt's locker contains the victim's missing personal items. This discovery directly links him to the crime scene.
Why you got his stuff? Schmidt,
Evidence
Peter.
of premeditated security system tampering. Investigators believe the plan was set in motion days before the murder.
Right.
Schmidt's phone contains detailed messages and notes outlining the victim's daily routine, including meeting schedules, meal times, and regular routes through the building.
Why do you have all this
level
information?
of surveillance suggests that Schmidt had been closely monitoring the victim for a long time.
Well,
carefully
true,
planning
but
his movement.
he's a bad guy, so I kind of
information further strengthens
understand.
the case against
But
Schmidt,
yeah, it makes
revealing
you
his
look bad
calculated
too.
and methodical approach to crime. Blood
Gotta
found
remember
on
the
Schmidt's
victim
hand immediately raises suspicions,
made a lot of
suggesting
enemies.
his direct involvement in the violent confrontation.
He also had blood on his hand. I mean, he had blood on his hand. I mean, I don't know. What do we say? I mean, he got blood on his hand. It's not looking good, Peter. Then you fucking with cameras. Then you got his stuff in your cabinet, your locker. Very, very odd, Peter. Very odd. All right, let's see about Lawrence.
Chen's company files reveal a covert takeover attempt aiming to force Blackwood out of the market. Surveillance shows Chen entering the building via the underground parking garage, bypassing the main entrance, raising suspicions.
I mean, he got
the
money, he can
timing
do
of
that.
his entry matches the victim's last known movements.
Okay.
Strong evidence has emerged that Chen deliberately destroyed the victim's business records in an attempt to conceal critical information. Forensic analysis of the data reveals a pattern of deliberate interference, including the deletion of emails, contracts, and financial statements.
Maybe he
The
said that.
destruction of these records appears to have been a calculated move by Chen to protect his own interests.
Of course.
Chen's DNA has been definitively confirmed through forensic analysis of crime scene samples, linking him directly to the location of the victim's death.
Okay, his blood is there, but what does that say? He could have been bleeding for any number of factors, and we don't know how long his blood had been there. Okay.
Delgado's financial records show significant losses due to failed investments and mounting debts. Stolen files could provide significant leverage to allow the victim to collaborate with business partners and enemies. Delgado could manipulate key players using sensitive information.
All right, she's gonna be the puppet master.
Building cameras revealed Delgado entering the executive floor without
So she did go
authorization,
in.
and the timing of his presence aligns with
Oh,
key events surrounding the
Mr.
murder.
Delgado.
Surveillance footage shows him entering the area at a critical window when the victim was likely still alive. Several important pieces of evidence were uncovered in Delgado's car trunk, including items that appeared to have a direct connection to the crime scene. The findings included personal items belonging to the victim
Everybody
and tools
just
that could
have
have been
the
used in the
victim stuff.
murder. These items not
Could
only
have been
raise
used.
suspicions about Delgado's involvement, but also suggest premeditation, as they point to possible planning and preparation prior to the crime.
I mean, sure.
Financial records reveal Delgado transferred funds from the office safe to cover gambling debts.
Who these people?
Delgado faces certain prosecution for theft, but Detective Park's suspicions deepen as evidence connects him to the crime scene.
I mean, she got her own thing going on. The more I'm hearing about it, I don't know if Maria has anything to do with the death of that guy. She got her own thing going on, no lie. A lot of these guys, all these guys are bad guys. I guess they even, possibly killed even a worse guy. Or bad, she's a girl, but you know what I mean. Interesting.
Dr. Vaughn's detailed analysis shows the killer was skilled, yet emotionally involved in the brutal and personal attack. The forensic team's analysis of trace evidence and biochemical markers creates a timeline of events. The final forensic review combines detailed physical evidence with behavioral analysis. Dr. Vaughn's team will examine the various elements of the crime scene, including wound patterns, to uncover whether the actions of the perpetrator suggest a personal connection to the victim. This connection may reveal motives rooted in emotions or personal grievances, which go beyond the apparent financial or professional factors.
Fellow investigator, the Thomas Blackwood case presents us with one of the most intriguing forensic puzzles I've encountered. Our extensive analysis has led us to 3 potential perpetrators, each
Always
with compelling evidence both for and against their guilt. The
This
physical
one is a little
evidence tells
harder.
multiple stories, precise blunt force trauma patterns, sophisticated security breaches, and a complex web of financial motives. But as any experienced forensic investigator knows, the truth often hides in the details we least expect. Key technical observations. Blunt force trauma indicating both range and precision.
Right.
Complex security system interference.
Of course.
Blood spatter pattern suggesting close-range attack.
Right.
Evidence of premeditated planning.
Of course.
Crucial timing
They
of
all
events
have to.
between 2130 and 2200. Looking at our suspects, Peter Schmidt,
what's gonna
former
happen.
security chief access, knowledge, and a vendetta. Lawrence Chen, rival executive physical capability and corporate motive. Maria Delgado, defrauded client, financial ruin, and personal vengeance. The evidence before us tells a story, investigator. One of these three individuals committed this murder. The forensic evidence makes that certain. But which one truly fits all the pieces of our puzzle?
Good question. Good question. So first of all, I don't believe it's Maria. Like I said, she got her own thing going on. I do not believe it's Maria. Secondly, it could be Lawrence. He came to the garage to bypass the cameras so he wouldn't be seen there. What else was about Lawrence? Didn't he have... well, they all had some of the victims' items. I think Peter had blood on his hands. Lawrence had something. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's Peter. Peter also had control of the cameras, which is a reason I feel like either way it has to be Peter. Even if Lawrence was involved to actually do the killing, Peter was involved to cut off all the cameras so they wouldn't be caught. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Peter. Why this game sound like a long commercial about prescription side of things, bro? For real. Hey, we can't all have bangers, bro. You know, sometimes they give you the nighttime commercial, bro. All right, yeah, Lawrence is an asshole and a jerk business owner, but I believe it could be Peter. I mean, it seems kind of obvious. I'm gonna go with Peter.
In the end, the truth was unmistakable. The killer was Peter Schmidt.
There we go.
The recently fired security chief. His motive was revenge, fueled by humiliation and the financial ruin that followed his dismissal. The evidence was there all along. His access card, used after his termination date, the security systems tampered with by someone who knew them intimately, and the surveillance blackout that coincided perfectly with the time of death. Schmidt's knowledge of the building's blind spots allowed him to strike swiftly, leaving little trace behind. As for the others, Lawrence Chen may have had a motive, but the timing of his boxing training and the lack of access to security systems ruled him out.
Okay.
The fibers from his office were a misdirection, planted to frame him. Maria Delgado had motive and opportunity, but her whereabouts were confirmed by multiple witnesses. And her threats, though aggressive, were nothing more than empty words. In the end, only Schmidt possessed the combination of access, knowledge, and rage necessary to carry out the murder with such brutal efficiency.
Yeah, made
His
sense.
actions were not
just tampering with the cameras,
passion,
first of all, was
but
just
a meticulously
already
planned
suspicious.
execution. Justice, however delayed, had finally caught up to him.
So, judging on that ending, I must have clearly picked the wrong person in the first choice. Because they would have gave that whole explanation about everybody if I got it right. So we may go back there and make sure I was right. Is that it? Video game? This game is weird. Okay. Alright, that's Thomas Blackwood. Let's do Isabella. How far? We done ran through this pretty quick. Thought it would take a little longer. It's all good.
Chief Digital Forensics Examiner John Matthews examines images of a suburban home where Isabella Romano was found in her bedroom. The peaceful appearance of the house contrasts sharply with the brutal crime inside. The curtains remain half-drawn, and family photos still hang on the walls, giving no immediate hint of the violence. Victim's 4-year-old daughter was found unharmed in her bedroom. Child Protective Services confirmed she was sleeping through the incident. The child appeared confused, but physically unharmed. Authorities noted no signs of struggle or distress in her room. She was later placed under protective care, pending the investigation. No signs of forced entry at any access points. Home security system was armed, but not triggered during the estimated time of death. This suggests the perpetrator may have had authorized access or knew the security code.
Correct.
The room shows minimal signs of struggle. Victim's prescription sleep medication found on nightstand, partially empty. The cap is askew, indicating it may have been hastily opened. In the house, everything in the kitchen seems normal. Donuts have been made, everything appears ordinary, but a sudden murder has disrupted the peace.
Take a picture of that
Victim recently
donut.
filed for divorce. Court documents reveal ongoing bitter custody
Recently
dispute
filed
and
for
significant
divorce, you
financial
guys.
disagreements. Neighbors report seeing victim's estranged husband, Nicholas Romano's car in the
Estranged
vicinity
husband.
that evening.
This will be the chorus
Toxicology
out,
screening shows elevated levels of sleep medication, inconsistent with normal dosage.
Okay, so
Victim's
she's
sister,
taking more
Claire
pills.
Bennett, possessed spare house keys and was named beneficiary of
Claire got
substantial
a house
life insurance
key.
policy. Claire
could've
had
got it from
recently
Claire.
visited the victim's house, offering support during the divorce.
Right.
Investigation reveals the victim's close relationship with her friend and local pharmacist, Ethan Marlowe, who obsessively admired her and
Wait a
personally handled her prescriptions. Marlowe was often seen lingering at the pharmacy, eagerly awaiting her visits.
Didn't we just hear about a Ethan Marlowe or
As
whoever
chief
Marlowe?
medical examiner, I must say, we're at a crucial juncture in Isabella Romano's case. 3 distinct paths of evidence have emerged. The anomalies in toxicology reports, conflicting family statements, and suspicious security system data all warrant investigation. Which trail should we pursue more thoroughly? Analyze toxicology reports? Review family
I'm not
statements?
really worried about the toxicology.
Examine home security data.
I want to hear what the family got to say.
2 separate police teams questioned Nicholas Romano at different times. The first team thoroughly examined the tension in the divorce process and the disputes over child custody. Romano argued that the disputes were normal. He claimed that the situation was stressful, but that it hadn't escalated to violence. Despite his calm demeanor, he appeared to become more defensive as the questions dug deeper into his personal life.
Of course.
The second police team identified contradictions in Nicholas Romano's account for the night of the incident. In his first statement, he said he was at home all night, but in his second interrogation, he stated that he went out but couldn't remember the time. This sudden shift in his story raised suspicions.
Of course it would.
Especially since he had initially been adamant about being home.
All
When
night,
asked
he
for
said.
details
See?
about where he had gone, it became difficult for investigators to verify his whereabouts. When police presented witness statements about violent arguments Romano had with his wife in recent weeks, Romano became angry and said these claims were exaggerated. However, a neighbor confirmed hearing shouting from the house a few days earlier.
Okay, just shouting though. I mean, as black folk, we kind of used to that.
During questioning, police revealed that Romano's cell phone location data didn't match his statement. While he claimed to be home all night, his phone had moved near the victim's house at the estimated time of death. This inconsistency placed him at the scene, directly contradicting his earlier claims. When confronted with the evidence, Romano became defensive and struggled to offer a convincing explanation. Police showed Romano footage obtained from neighbors' security cameras. When asked if the car rapidly leaving the victim's street at 11:50 p.m. belonged to him, he first denied recognition, then dismissed it, saying it might be similar.
You know it's your car.
In the later stages of questioning, police placed a drawing made by his young daughter on the table. The child had drawn the silhouette of her father.
In her mother's room, something. We didn't get to finish the words because I guess it wasn't important. Anyway, okay. He was there at the scene. That doesn't mean he did anything. That's all I'm getting from that. All right, let's just look at the security data.
Security records show the system was deactivated at 10:45.
Yeah, I'm with his case at all right.
However, this code
The
was
pharmacist,
only known
yeah.
to maintenance worker Lucas Reed. An unexpected access was detected in the system on the day of the incident. Lucas Reed's fingerprint was found on a device in the back panel of the security system. The team believes the device wasn't recorded and that Reed used the day for unauthorized access.
Okay.
Lucas Reed's background reveals multiple theft cases and files related to missing items,
Lucas is a thief.
indicating he was in financial difficulty. His attempts to access Isabella's bank accounts suggest possible financial motivations. Lucas Reed's
cool.
internet history in the past few weeks contained searches related to insurance fraud. This is notable during a period when the victim had taken out a large insurance policy. Investigators are now examining the possibility that Reed planned to exploit the victim's policy for gain.
When you're doing insurance
Reed
fraud.
was seen wandering a nearby neighborhood on the day of the incident and
Looking for
recognized by
tips?
neighbors. Security camera footage shows Reed near Isabella's house the day before the incident,
It was the day
acting
before, though.
suspiciously.
That was the day before. Acting suspiciously or not. Now, he may have tampered with the security system, which allowed whoever did it to kill her. That's what I'm guessing.
Detailed toxicology reveals multiple pharmaceutical compounds in victim's system. Prescription records show unusual refill patterns. Lab analysis shows medication was tampered with, concentration altered. This suggests Marlowe's pharmacy records revealed discrepancies in inventory. Several prescriptions were listed as filled, yet the medication was unaccounted for. A broken
That's not good at all. You'll be fired for that.
Pieces were
taking your license
irregularly,
away.
as if they had been pushed forcefully rather than dropped. Dark stains that appeared to have been wiped were noticed among the fragments. The odd placement of the pieces suggests a struggle may have occurred in the kitchen. Analyses confirm the presence of human blood on some pieces of the porcelain bowl.
Think you might be right, Jen. That's very sus. That's very sus.
Forensic analysis focused on water droplets around the bathroom sink and broken glass pieces. The suspect may have tried to escape through the bathroom window during the incident. Also, blood stains in the bathroom indicate force during the murder. The debris in the bathroom shows cut marks on the victim's hand, indicating that the attacker continued to harm the victim's body, even when the attacker was vulnerable. There are signs of a violent struggle on the victim's body recently. In the forensic analysis of the bathroom, no traces of toxic substances were found, but microscopic wounds on the victim's body indicate a planned attack. Additionally, fibers on the rug show the victim screamed before being killed. New evidence examination in the bathroom reveals that the incident was deliberately prepared.
Okay.
The evidence has led us to three main suspects with strong
hole in the
connections to the
plan.
victim. Ethan Marlowe's suspicious medication behavior, Nicholas Romano's inconsistent alibi, and Lucas Reed's history of tampering with the security system. Each paints this tragedy differently. According to our forensic findings, which suspect should we focus on immediately? Investigate the Ethan Marlowe connection. Focus on Nicholas Romano. Follow Lucas Reed's trail.
All right. So far, even though they threw a little wrench in my thinking, the Ethan Marlowe one seems like the likeliest suspect. I don't think it's the husband, but he is not making a good case for himself, so he would be the second. And Lucas doesn't seem like he's a part of the whole issue, honestly. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me get my computer just fucked up. What happened? Anyway, this stuff is working my nerves. Technology, you guys. Can't live with it, can't live without it. Alright, let me pull up my stream on my phone. Alright, so We're going to start with Ethan Marlowe.
Ethan Marlowe is subjected to intense pressure in the interrogation room. Marlowe's private records reveal he obsessively detailed Isabella's medication schedule and daily activities. During questioning, these records are clearly visible on the table. Marlowe struggles to deny the records and becomes visibly uncomfortable as investigators confront him with the damning evidence.
Right.
Laboratory results confirm that Marlowe altered the dosage of Isabella's medications.
Right.
Initially resistant to confessing during questioning, Marlowe is forced to face the results. Panic appears in his eyes as the weight of the evidence becomes undeniable.
And this is true.
He breaking down under the pressure.
He gave her more drugs than she probably
carefully
needed.
Manipulating Isabella's prescription. Seeing the footage, Marlowe tries
Oh
to
my
deny
God.
the scenes he secretly
Why are you choking
watched,
him?
but his defense weakens. His face turns pale and his hands
Look,
tremble,
what is this?
betraying his nervousness. He knows the evidence is Marlowe's fingerprints are found on the
Police
broken
got mad.
porcelain bowl in Isabella's kitchen. When confronted with the evidence, Ethan Marlowe, unable
Come
to
on
escape
now,
the
I
mounting
need
pressure,
more
finally cracks under the weight of the evidence and
time to
confesses.
read.
With a trembling voice, he admits his deep obsession with Isabella and his overwhelming fear of losing her. His infatuation had spiraled out of control, clouding his
They
judgment,
blinded him with the light.
leading him to a desperate act. Marlowe explains that he
Is
had
this
carefully
real
studied
tactics
her
by the
medical
police?
history, becoming intimately familiar with her medication regimen.
My bad. I ain't even listening to none of this because I'm watching this craziness on screen. That's why you can't trust cops, bro. What? All right. I heard half of that, of everything that was going on because I'm too busy watching. Real tactics. I see. Oh my. Okay. We might come back to read that one again because I was just thrown off. But okay, now the thing with Ethan, yeah, he tampered with the victim's medication. That has nothing to do with her being killed in the bathroom, apparently. That's a whole different incident. Like, I think she was stabbed or something like that. I can't remember. But he did have the porcelain plate that had blood on it. So, possibly. Anyway, let's move on to Nicholas Romano.
Lucas Reed owed money to local loan sharks and often stole from Isabella's home to cover his debt. After examination, stolen
Why are we talking about
jewelry
Reed,
is
though?
found among Reed's belongings.
Did I go to
Drawing
Reed?
shows Romano in Isabella's room. A key
Anyway.
clue. Romano's
Okay, we're talking about
fingerprints are
Reed
found
then.
on
No,
Isabella's
we're talking about
medication
the
bottle,
husband,
despite
Romano.
his claim that he hadn't been. A neighbor's security camera shows Romano's car near Isabella's house at the time of death. This
The game just... I got nothing from that. Why did it keep skipping? Let's go
Lucas Reed
again.
owed money to local loan sharks and often stole from Isabella's home to cover his debt. After examination, stolen jewelry is found among Reed's belongings.
Stolen jewelry. So he stole
Drawing
some
shows
jewelry.
Romano in Isabella's room. A key clue. Romano's fingerprints are found on Isabella's medication bottle, despite his claim that he hadn't been. A neighbor's security camera shows Romano's car near Isabella's house at the time of death. This
Okay, so Romano was there, and he did touch her medication. All right, not looking good for you, Nicholas.
In-depth investigations at the detective's office revealed that Lucas Reed owed large amounts of money to local loan sharks.
Right,
And
but what-
frequently stole from Isabella's homes.
He
to
would
cover his
steal
debt.
from her house?
This financial strain likely motivated his criminal actions.
Wow. Isabella, how much money how many
After a
houses you had?
detailed examination of the office, the jewelry Reed stole is found among his personal belongings. These items
he's not gonna
match
kill her, he
Isabella's
just wants to
missing
steal
items
from her.
Exactly. The unique markings and designs of the items confirm their authenticity and strengthen the case against him.
Nah,
This
I don't think it's
discovery
him.
further ties Reed to the crime scene.
Nah, he
Reed's
just wants
DNA
to take her
on
stuff. He don't want her to
Isabella's
die. He
pillowcase
wants her to
and
keep
security
making him
panel
money.
confirms his presence
So he
in
can
the
steal
house
it.
during the murder, further implicating him in the crime.
Isabella's pillowcase.
Chemical analysis of Reed's equipment finds traces of the drugs that killed Isabella, which are linked to
Okay,
Reed's
so it's
presence
drug.
in the
It
house.
was drugs that killed Isabella. Okay.
Lucas Reed confesses to detectives that when Isabella woke up while he was stealing, he panicked and forced her to take her medication to calm her down. However, the situation got out of control and ultimately led to Isabella's death.
Okay. So in the midst of Lucas robbing her, she wakes up. Her daughter stays asleep. He's like, no, don't do anything. Here, take some pills and go back to sleep. Forces them down her throat. Then things escalate according to them, and she dies. Now, her husband wasn't there that day. He was there the day before. But no, they said he was there apparently the night she got killed. He was messing with her medication bottle. So wait, both of them stealing from her, or am I lost? I think, okay, so Lucas was stealing from her. Ethan gave her overdose medication. And Nicholas breaks into her house, basically, because he's upset, divorcee. I feel for her. Let's see what they got.
The detective carefully reads the final toxicology report in the office. The report reveals that the compounds detected in Isabella's blood were a complex mixture requiring professional expertise. All the toxic compounds came from different sources, and this mixture was not a simple poisoning or accidental drug interaction.
So we know who did it. The pharmacist, clearly.
Dr. Vaughn's analysis highlights key connections to Isabella's death. Ethan Marlowe's obsessive behavior and close relationship with the victim make him a strong suspect.
Very true.
Claire Bennett, Isabella's life insurance beneficiary, raises suspicions of financial motive. Nicholas Romano's divorce and contradictory statements suggest his possible...
We've reached a critical point in the Isabella Romano case. I have presented all the forensic evidence. Which suspect do you believe is responsible for Isabella's death? When making your decision, the evidence must indicate the guilty party beyond any reasonable doubt. Ethan Marlowe, Nicholas Romano, Lucas Reed.
Okay, so that's all they're going to give us. All right, so first of all, like I said, Lucas was just stealing from her. He wouldn't want her to die. Even though he was there and he did feed her the last thing that possibly could have killed her. I mean, so in that sense, it's his fault, right? But also, it's Ethan's fault because he also gave her the medication for him to give her. Now, Nicholas doesn't even know, I wouldn't assume, that her medication had been tampered with. But his hands were on the bottle. Why would his hands be on the bottle? His handprints be on the bottle. Where does Claire come in? That's a good question. I forgot what they said about Claire. Claire is the victim's sister, who is, who I guess has relationship with, not relationship, but, is in cahoots with Nicholas Romano. She was the last person, I guess, to talk to the victim. All right. So it's just really down to, I don't think it's Nicholas. Even though his hands was on the medication bottle, he could have put something in there, but that doesn't make sense when Ethan was the one who already tampered with the medication in the first place. So yeah, I don't think it's Nicholas. Lucas was there, and he did give her some medication. And he said things escalated from there. What does that mean? I don't know. Ethan just gave her the wrong drugs, which could have been her downfall. So I guess it gotta be Lucas. He was there. He's clearly there. And clearly gave her the overdone medication. But was that what killed her? Now I'm starting to think, was that what... They say that was what... I don't know. She had the life insurance. Right, that's right. She did have the life insurance. And they are in dire straits, like, because there's about Nicholas not having money. See, now I'm thinking. I still don't think it's Nicholas, though. I don't know. He did show up there, though. What was he doing there? Did he see Lucas there when he showed up? Lucas said things just escalated. Nicholas did lie about him being there. You know what? Now I'm starting to think Nicholas. Lucas did give her the drug, but he's saying that he didn't kill her. And I think Nicholas just found a perfect opportunity to get this insurance money. Yeah, let's go with Nicholas.
As the fog of suspicion clears, only one truth remains. Isabella Romano's tragic end was not a crime of passion nor a random act of violence. It was a methodical betrayal.
Oh, okay. Ethan was the killer.
The guise
well,
of
he was right.
Ethan Marlowe, the trusted pharmacist and close friend, is the killer. His obsessive admiration for Isabella crossed the line.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But now they just said it was Ethan.
The toxicology report revealed elevated levels
made
of sleep
sense.
medication.
But I thought it was like
far
a
beyond a
red
standard
herring
dose. Prescription records exposed a pattern of unauthorized refills, and the altered concentration pointed to deliberate tampering. Ethan's access and knowledge made him the perfect architect of this silent death. His intent was clear: to ensure Isabella never escaped his control, not even in death. But why not Nicholas Romano, the estranged husband? His motives seemed plausible. Financial disputes, custody battles, and witness sightings placed him near the scene. Yet the security system's untouched status contradicted a forced entry. Phone records and inconsistencies in his alibi were enough to cloud judgment, but insufficient
enough to prove guilt.
Nicholas's flaws were many,
but he didn't do it.
Premeditated murder was not among them.
Okay. It kind of threw. I said he was the last person I thought it would do it at first, but then I kind of convinced myself that it could have been him. In the end, it was Ethan's fixation. Wow, now we just don't even have words. Masked friendship that betrayed him. The tampered medication, the obsession handling of prescriptions, and discrepancies in his pharmacy's inventory all pointed to a man who could not accept rejection. His love was a poison, and in trying to preserve Isabella forever, he sealed her fate. The darkness that claimed Isabella was not a shadow cast. Okay. All right, game. Huh. Do we not even get an ending? Is that it? All right, well, let me go back and make sure I chose
the lifeless body of investigative journalist Elena
the right
Marlowe
choice with
was found
Elena.
abandoned on a deserted forest path.
We'll just listen to everything again,
at exactly
just because it's not going to last long anyway.
What started as a routine morning quickly turned into a horrific scene. Initial crime scene analysis reveals that the victim suffered multiple stab wounds. There are obvious drag marks in the forest soil and signs that the body was moved after the autopsy. The victim's press credentials indicate that she worked for the European Chronicle. Strangely, her name was not found on the final investigation notes or listed at the scene, raising questions about whether key details were overlooked or deliberately erased. The coroner's estimate of the time of death put the murder at some point the previous night, between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. Rain had washed away much of the trace evidence, making it difficult for investigators to identify footprints. Officers found evidence in Elena's apartment, including her laptop containing deleted files linked to controversial real estate investigations. Phone records analysis shows multiple calls to an unlisted number in the 48 hours preceding her death. The final call lasted precisely 12 minutes and ended at 9:47 p.m.,
Yeah, that was
potentially her last communication before the murder. The murder weapon, a knife, was recovered from the scene stained with blood, indicating that the body had been dragged approximately 50 feet through dense forest, demonstrating not only the physical strength of the killer, but also a calculated effort to stage the crime.
Yeah, which also means that
toxicology
it could have been more than one
reports have
person.
been reviewed by the police team. They detect only caffeine and a mild anxiety medication in Elena's system. Surveillance footage shows a dark-colored SUV entering the forest access road at 11:15 a.m. and leaving at 12:20 a.m.
Yeah, that was to throw us off.
3 primary suspects emerge. Marcus Reinhardt, a prominent developer, Sarah Jensen, a rival journalist, and
Sarah
Victor
Jagerman
Petrov,
Jensen.
a local...
We have 3 different paths to start our investigation, and each one could change how we understand the case. Our decision now is crucial. Now, the first option is to look into the police intelligence reports. This might help us uncover suspects, motives, or hidden patterns. The second option is to focus on the forensic evidence. A closer examination could reveal how the events unfolded through physical clues.
This music
The
still
third
throws me
path
out.
is to examine the victims'
And then there's no options to
This
change
might
it.
give us insight into their state of mind, relationships, or possible threats.
And also the double tracks. When they're playing 2 tracks for one freaking... Yeah, let's just continue through.
An anonymous tip gives specific details about the knife that matched the wounds, suggesting inside knowledge or possible involvement in the crime. Store records reveal multiple customers recently purchasing similar knives.
And then they talk about
The sales
all this
data
stuff
creates
about
a
people
narrow
purchasing
timeline
knives, which
and
really had
potential
nothing to
suspect.
do with the
But the
investigation.
commonality of the weapon complicates definitive identification. Further analysis of the purchase locations and payment methods
Because that
could
gave
help
us no
pinpoint
clues
the
about
crime.
who did it. Sure, somebody purchased a new knife to stab her with. Okay.
CCTV footage from the store captures a buyer engaging in suspicious behavior. Their attempts to hide their identity and pay in cash suggest premeditation, indicating they were aware of potential investigation methods and tried to avoid being traced. Forensic analysis confirms the knife matches Elena's wounds, with distinctive serrations linking it to the camp store's items. The knife's sharpness and deliberate force suggest a recent purchase and intentional harm, indicating the killer's clear intent. This evidence strengthens the case against the suspect, pointing to a calculated and premeditated attack.
We've gathered critical evidence in our initial investigation. Now we must pursue the most promising lead with determination. Each potential suspect represents a complex web of motivations and opportunities. Select our final investigative target.
The promise
Focused
abuse reminds me of
investigation
early
on
Resident Evil
Marcus
cutscenes. They got
Follow
better,
Victor
but that
Petrov.
used to be loud. Oh yeah, you're right.
Investigate
Now that you
Sarah
remind me. And it was actually piano stuff too, just like this. Okay.
Dr. Heinrich Weber presents a comprehensive forensic analysis that synthesizes evidence from all lines of investigation. Multiple trace elements reveal a complex murder scenario in which intertwined variables suggest a highly calculated perpetrator. Forensic experts cross-reference physical and digital evidence using advanced analysis. Findings reveal hidden connections and potential collaborations. An integrated review of the evidence reveals multiple corroborating forensic indicators from different angles. The analysis narrows down the suspects. Now, faced with the weight of evidence, the detectives
The weight
are
of the
prepared to
world.
decide which of the 3 suspects is the murderer.
All right.
The Elena Barlow murder presents a
Oh, Elena Barlow was.
challenge.
I wonder if
Our
Ethan
forensic
Barlow
reconstruction
was a part of the other,
reveals
the
three
fucking.
perpetrators, each with compelling motivations and circumstantial evidence. Key
The Peels
technical
guy
observations.
was related to her.
Right-handed assailant profile. Height 170 to 180 centimeters. Complex forensic trace evidence. Many possible motivational vectors.
This was where the right-handed guy
Overlapping
was.
indirect
Right-handed
indicators.
attacker.
Can you see through the lies? Potential killers. Marcus Reinhardt, developer. Victor Petrov, environmental activist. Sarah Jensen, rival journalist.
Sarah Jagerman
Guess
Jensen.
the killer. Your choice will reveal all.
Oh. So this is the one I chose. They already got a check by it. But that's not the answer they gave me. So now I'm lost. So I chose the right one, I think. But that's not, they said, they started talking about Marcus when I chose Sarah. They didn't say anything about Sarah, which was weird. All right. So do we just choose Victor to like see a different ending? I'm afraid if we choose Marcus, we're gonna get the same ending, even though we got it with Sarah. Because you know, video games and not being completely checked before they put them out on stores, obviously. Let me just choose Victor. Fuck it.
Marcus Reinhardt.
Oh, okay, just
perfect killer.
It just give us the same answer. Okay. Anyway, well, that was fun. Waste of time.
Perfection in murder is rare. By the time Elena Marlowe published her revelation, the developer's world was falling apart. $2.3 million was gone, along with the investigation report, and Reinhardt's reputation was in tatters. His car matched the tire tracks at the crime scene, and cell phone tower data.
And then they're just going to say, but it wasn't him.
Comfortably close to the crime scene. ...
The
Previous
end.
assault charges spoke of a violent past and suggested he could silence a threat. Financial ruin provided a crystal clear motivation. A journalist threatening to destroy everything he had built. Yet something was wrong. The evidence was neatly arranged, like a staged performance. A sophisticated developer would not risk everything for such a watchable murder. The crime scene suggested a more personal, passionate murder. Reinhardt's calculated nature seemed to contradict that. There was no direct physical evidence tying him to Elena's death. The meticulously collected forensic data contained more shadows than definitive evidence. A professional like Reinhardt would have had more elaborate methods to neutralize a threat. Sometimes the most obvious suspect is nothing more than an elaborate illusion.
Okay, so yeah, that's all she's going to say.
The forest holds its secrets, and Elena Marlowe's real killer may be watching us.
So
right
neither
now,
one of them were the killer?
The hunt
is what they're
on,
saying?
Investigator.
That was not fulfilling. It's not a fulfilling answer for that one in particular. All right. Well, I guess, you know, I want to say thank you guys, for coming out to the stream. I want to apologize for
the lifeless body of investigative journalist Elaine.
Be quiet. Be quiet. No.
Whoops, background.
Sorry. Sorry.
Marcus, yet.
All right, back to where we were. Anyway, sorry that, you know, sometimes they can't all be bangers. All these games can't be bangers, what can I say? But I was entertained, at least a little bit, slightly. You know, finding out some, you know, making some deductions. It was pretty fun. If you like this type of content, make sure you express yourself. Hit that like button for me. Hit that notification bell to know every time I go live. Make a comment, you know. Share, hit the share button, share it to somebody that may want to see something crazy like this. I don't know. Or y'all could just have a good laugh, who knows. But I appreciate everybody coming through. Jen, my friend, Baldy, Perk, Broski, everybody. Yeah, we'll call it there. I'm gonna figure out what we'll play for next week. I'll try not to, you know, be gone for too long. You know, sometimes I just be tired, child. Sundays, be so much going on throughout the weekend. Anyway, appreciate y'all being here. I will see you guys next time for some more interaction theater. Love ya. Bye-bye.